Okay, so now it's the turn of the KSC in these horrible flying conditions with, gusty winds, overcast, and I'm still testing the tuning and still haven't quite gotten fully into it. So, I did make some changes. I think I'll be uploading the Kraken video first, but if you don't see that, basically I increased the governor gain to the max and the tail acceleration to the max. And then I basically tried to revert everything else back to stock. So let's see how this behaves.
Motor on.
Well, on the ground, the tail was shaking a lot, which should mean that the tail gain is too high. On this one, I've been playing around with the stop gains A and B instead of the optimizer values. That seems to be more efficient, to set the gain individually per side. That seems to be more efficient. I don't know, I may go back to optimizer. I don't know, I'm still playing around. My big test is the TikToks. It moves a lot. It moves all over the place. But I don't know if it's actually the tail or the head that's moving. I really don't know because what I know is that the head is also having some issues. These three blades are kind of difficult to tune. I don't know if you should actually turn the auto optimizers, but with the wind it's going to be impossible. And the wind has picked up, which means that I don't feel confident, especially with the helicopter not, kind of like a little bit of unknown, not knowing what it's going to do, if it's going to blow out or something, because I feel like it's too much. It's too much what it's doing wrong. So I think I'm just gonna hover it. Well, the wind has died down, so let's see. Let's try a little bit inverted. Yeah, I feel like it moves a lot. Yeah, and of course I'm not gonna crash it. Well, I don't know, but I'm trying to be careful enough to not crash it, because a crash like this, it's not worth it, right? I mean, when you crash and you're doing something crazy or you're having a lot of fun, I mean, that's fine. But if you crash it just because you're trying to figure something out, it's not fun at all. So I think I'm just going to try to, be very, very gentle, because I really don't know. It's not behaving well, and I really don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the head. I think it's the head. I think it may have something to do with the head, not the tail, because I think that I worked out the tail. It is blowing out. So maybe I need to keep playing around with those stop gains. I don't know. This helicopter is still a mystery. I can't get it to fly the way I want, and the wind is picking up. I want to find out, because I see it oscillating, the tail oscillating up and down, which is definitely a head gain issue. But I don't know how to fix it. I don't know if just playing around with the main gain. I've tried to play around with the main gain. But because it's a three blade, it has a lot more collective punch. So, you know, it definitely doesn't tune like a two blade. And because I'm not a very good tuner, I'm kind of at a little bit of a loss as to what it could be. So I'm just not going to risk it. You know, as I said, it's not worth to risk it over these. You know, again, to crash when you're doing something fun, that's fine, but to crash like this is not worth it. So I'll just putt around, you know, just basically hover. You know, practice my hover orientations. That's gonna be about it. Huh. Well, I can hover much better on this side than on the other side. So it seems like I need to practice hovering on nose right. Whoa. Plus the wind direction is not helping. That's probably also adding, compounding to the issue. Yeah, so I'm basically just discharging the battery. I mean, that's why I'm hovering it, and the battery is dead. So, you know, I'm just discharging the battery because on the charger it takes forever. So on the charger it takes forever to discharge a pack. So I'd much rather, you know, fly it, even if hovering, to discharge the pack and get done with it. So I guess that's it for today, and thank you very much. See you next time.